Hi, good afternoon. My name is Janessa Smith. I'm the Executive Director for the Allendale Area Chamber of Commerce, and welcome to our fourth episode of Chamber Chat. I'm very excited to have Bryan as a guest today. Sherry is the Director of Strategic Partnerships at SBAM, which stands for the Small Business Association of Michigan. And Sherry and I have known each other for a little over a year and a half now. I think when we first started this partnership, strategic partnership with the Chamber and SBAM. And you guys have been just working so hard and doing such a great job at the state level, keeping us informed and stepping up to the plate through the COVID situation. So we really appreciate that and wanted to spend a couple minutes today talking about the strategic partnership and what benefits that includes for our regular paying chamber members, because right now you guys are offering a lot of things that our members could be taking advantage of. So Sherry, could you tell us just a little bit about SBAM and the strategic partnership, and then we'll talk about some of those benefits.
Okay, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. I do appreciate it. I guess first off, SBAM has over 28,000 members now. We are the only state association that is solely based on small businesses. And the definition of a small business is 500 employees or less and based in Michigan. So, that's really a large scope, but truly our niche is usually 10 to probably 200 employees. So those businesses come to us and they're taking advantage of our products and services. But as you first touched base on was the COVID-19 crisis that we're in right now. So I guess one thing I would really like to impress upon all of the listeners and all of the members is we have a very robust COVID-19 resources page that you will find at www.S as in Sam, B as in boy, A as in apple, M as in Mary.org. So it's just sbam.org. We have an entire page that is dedicated to all of the different resources that we have found, investigated, have connections with, and we're putting absolutely everything that we find out there for all businesses to take advantage of right now. At this point right now, even though we are a membership-based association, we have opened up all of our benefits to all small businesses, all businesses in Michigan, because we feel that every business in Michigan right now needs that help, needs that assistance, needs to know where to go to get the resources that the state government is giving us, the federal government is giving us. So please visit that site. It's just a wealth of information there. We have a daily briefing every day at 3:00 on Facebook. It is hosted by our CEO, Rob Fowler, and our president, Bryan. They do that every day. They have stopped doing it on the weekend now, but for the first month and a half, they were doing it on the weekend as well. All of that information is also, our Facebook Lives are taped. So we have every one of them. There's probably 40 some Facebook Lives that are recorded and on our website as well, along with, I think we're up to like 15 webinars, specific webinars that help you navigate the PPP, the EIDL loans, the WorkShare, just everything that's going on. We have really been trying to get a handle on it, get experts to give us information, and it is all wide open out there on our website. You'll find little descriptions on everything, so you can really look at it and try to find, okay, here's my question. You can look through the recordings and usually find, a title.
Right.
That's going to be able to help you, and it's free to watch, and really hope that you guys take advantage of that because there's a lot of information.
I've linked the website in the comments so that people can go there. We also have your information and all of the webinars linked in multiple places on our website.
Wonderful.
Because it's been just such a great resource. We're sharing those. Obviously, as a large statewide organization, you guys have the bandwidth to be able to pull all of those resources together. And the other thing that we just shared with our members was the guide that you created, the Get Back to Work Safely guide and the checklist, because that was one of the things that we had talked to Bryan and Rob about, the chamber partners on our special call, was that we needed a checklist. And so that was great. And we really appreciate that they put that together. Now, there are some other benefits that I want to bring attention to for our members. So when we entered into this strategic partnership about 1.5 years ago, what we do, I guess, and what SBAM has done a great job in doing is with chambers, what we basically do is if a business joins our Chamber of Commerce, we then pay for their membership into SBAM automatically. So when you join the Chamber of Commerce and you pay your annual membership dues of $200, we then turn around and also pay for that membership at SBAM for them. So you're basically getting 2 memberships, a value of almost $450 for that $200. And so and we decided to do this, the chamber board decided to do this because there were really 4 areas that we knew that we wanted to offer and extend to our members that we didn't necessarily have the purchasing power or the resources to do. And those are insurance, healthcare insurance. We heard from our businesses that they needed access to healthcare insurance and maybe some different workers' comp, different things like that. The HR and compliance, so having experts in that arena is so important. Operations, so trainings and seminars and different merchant services, and then the cost savings. So FedEx, Office Depot, we don't have a office supply, provider office supply store here locally. So I know we take advantage of those cost savings through Home Depot, and it's just been amazing. It's over, it literally, our orders show up the next day, which is incredible. And we save a ton of money along the way. So, so I linked also the kind of the sheet that gives you a description of all these things in the comments as well. But do you want to talk to us a little bit about those 4 main categories and about those benefits and what you're seeing right now in terms of people accessing those, or members accessing those?
Absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and just go right down that sheet because I have it in front of me as well. One of the biggest things that we have members taking advantage of is our insurance programs. Most small businesses aren't able to take advantage of group insurance rates. So coming to SBAM to get Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan or Blue Care Network, as long as you have 2 W-2 employees that are not related, we can get your group into group rates all the way down to 2 employees. Now, of course, this does not help our mom and pop shops that it's just a husband, wife, or our sole props. And there's just, our hands are tied with that. But as long as you have 2 W-2 employees that are not related, we can get you group rates. That is a great savings. Of course, it also includes dental and vision. So we have that. We also have Dearborn National Life and Disability Insurance. Now, that is something that we can give people or a business down to 1. So if you're a sole prop and you want to find life and disability, we can help you out with that. We have had such a long-term partnership with Dearborn National that we don't have as stringent rules and regulations, and we have very good pricing. So that is something that is really important as well. We're saving you money, and we're being able to give it to you down to a business of 1. With our accident fund workers' compensation insurance, we have a special program with them where when you are in our program, you get a 5% upfront discount on your premiums, and then you are eligible for our dividend program at the end of every year. I've been with SBAM since early 2016, so a little over 4 years now, and I have seen 3% dividend, 4% dividend, 6% dividend, and just 1 year out of the 4 where we did not make a profit and we weren't able to provide a dividend. But 3 out of a 4 years with a 5% saving up front and the dividend at the end of the year, that's quite a good deal as well.
Yeah.
So the other insurance product that we have is Life Secure Accident and Hospital Recovery. And I always like to tell just a quick little story. My youngest is now an adult, 24 out of the house, but he was a football player. And I had a hospital and accident recovery program on him. So we found out that he broke a lot. So he was the varsity quarterback, and he broke his leg in his sophomore year, concussion his junior year, broken ankle his senior year. So I cannot tell you how happy I was to have that hospital and accident recovery policy on him. Every time I had to take a trip to the emergency room, I got a check for $500. Every surgery that he had, and I had to be in the hospital with him for just 1 day. It didn't even have to be an overnight stay. I got a check for $100. So it helped me from being away from my job that day. It helped in the extra costs for all of the surgeries and the hospital stays and all of that. So, and it's very cost effective. So if you have children that are in sports, I highly recommend you get one of these policies. It's just a really good benefit and at a very good cost.
One of the things I appreciate most about you, Sherry, is that you the attention that you give to each of the members that I've referred your way that have come looking for solutions. And so you're so knowledgeable, and I really appreciate that, and that you encourage them to shop around and look and make the decision that's best for their business. And you're just really honest and forthright in what it can and cannot do. And so I really appreciated that. And I know quite a few of our businesses are taking advantage of the health care insurance rates. So HR and compliance, I know that a lot of people need some help right now. And while there's a lot of great webinars that give yes and no and some direction, there are some other HR issues that might come up. And so you guys have experts that are there that you basically have on retainer. If somebody if one of our members needed to ask a question that we couldn't get an answer to by going through our chamber, how does that work with the HR and compliance?
Okay, so right now, because of the COVID crisis, we have opened up those Ask an Expert portals to anyone and everyone. So it's very easy to use right now. If you went to our website, the sbam.org, it is just right out there for anybody and everybody to use. So please take advantage of that. Now, it's not going to stay that way forever. So when it is locked back down for our members only, and that feature, the Ask an Expert, that is a premium level membership feature, which is what our strategic partners get, so that every one of the Allendale Chambers members have that access. In order to get there, you do have to log on. So if you don't know your login, you can go on there. Your username is going to be whatever email address that you gave us when you signed up with Allendale Chamber, because Allendale then gives us that information, and that's how you get into our database. Okay. So whatever email address you gave Janessa, that's what I've got, and that is linked to your account. That is going to be your username. And if you have never signed on before, never signed on as a member, your password is going to simply be password 1. It's going to be a capital P, and it's the number 1. So it's not spelled out, just the digit 1. As soon as you type that in, it's going to immediately take you to a page for you to change your password to one of your choosing. That way you get your security back and it's yours now. If you've never even thought about how to log on, or don't even want to take the chance of trying, give me a call. Janessa said she's placed the flyer in this webinar somehow. My information is all over it. So it's got my direct phone number. It's got my email address. I am happy to help you. So that's how you're going to get on in the future. Please, if you're an Allendale Chamber and you have questions, call me before you create another account. Because if you're already a member, you have an account, even if you don't know how to access it. And if you go in and create a new account, now we're going to have two accounts, and it's going to be more difficult for us to get them connected and get you on and up and running. So please feel free to call me. I don't mind. I love it when I get to talk to my members, and thank you for the kind words earlier, Janessa, but I do. I love what I do. I'm very, very honest, and I want to help you in any way that I possibly can, especially in this time right now. So we have the Ask an Expert. We have two different fields. We have one for HR. That goes directly to our partner, the American Society of Employers. So you can ask via email, or you can ask by contacting, I think it's an 877 number. So both of those ways are accessible to you. They will answer any general questions for free. That's just part of the membership. Maybe you need an employee manual created because you don't have one and you're getting too big and you need to have one. As a member, ASE will give you discounted rates as a member to create that for you. The other Ask an Expert is a legal portal. Again, it is free to you to ask general questions. Again, it's a number and an email portal. And if you ever were to need actual representation, they would also give you discounted rates to represent you as well. If you're getting big and you have 20 employees or more, you're going to have COBRA administration. You're going to have that option. We also do COBRA administration. We do that right in-house at SBAM. We have a staff of 3 that handles, I think we're up to about 700 customers that 3 people handle. So it's very robust. They're really great at their job, and they will be there to help in any way that they can. We have another partner, Kushner and Company. If you get our insurance, we have a third-party biller, and we do that with TGG Solutions. So if you wanted to get our Blue Cross insurance and then our Dearborn National, and maybe you're big enough that you want to have the COBRA insurance as well, we then take all of that and we bill that to you on one bill. So you're not getting a bill from Blue Cross, you're not getting a bill from Dearborn, and then from COBRA as well. So they bill it all and you get it all on one bill, you pay for it with one check. It saves you time, money, and it's of course all broken out so that you see exactly what you're paying for. But I was kind of tying that in with the Kushner. We also offer Section 125 plans for HRAs, HSAs, and FSAs. So that is billed right on that third-party billing as well. So if you've got some employees and you want to get the Blue Cross Blue Shield to them, but they need to pay a portion, we also have the working parts to help you do that. I don't know how long we've got here, but so I want to make sure I get everything in there. We have a new a system up, a new partner in Ahola, the Ahola company. They are payroll solutions. So we did have a payroll company a while back, but we separated ways, and this is our new product for payroll. We use it ourselves now at SBAM. So I've been able to get used to it a little bit and see all the different working pieces, and I highly recommend it. It's been a really good process, and it's very easy to use as well. So if I move right along and get into the operations, I want to talk a little bit about our continuing education, because we have some really big discounts on our continuing education. For any of you parents out there that might be having children that are going into college, we have a partnership with Davenport University where you get a 20% discount on college courses. Now, this is strictly for academics. This is not just for the business owner and their kids. It's for the business owner, their kids, their spouse. All employees are covered by this discount, all their children, all their spouses. So it's really a great discount if you've got kids and can use it. Another thing, we partner with Dale Carnegie. They provide us 5 different certificates. Normally, if you were going to go to Dale Carnegie Direct, the certificates would be about $1,400. Coming through your membership with SBAM, it takes it down to $400.
Wow.
So great discounts. There's 5, 1 in sales, 2 in customer service. There's a couple of them.
That's great. Too much to remember. There's so many great benefits. Right?
Yeah. We also provide IT services from New Wave. They handle the SBAM IT, and so they handle all of our email and take care of help us maintain Zoom meetings, etc. So they're a great resource. We have cybersecurity for businesses. You might not think you're a target because you're a small business, but guess what? You are. You are a target. So we have that. We also offer Info Armor identity protection for our business's employees. And I have to say something about our SBAM Energy Solutions. Any business out there that would like to have an energy assessment, I have a colleague, Kyle Richards. He is our energy advocate, and he works with every energy people out there, the DTEs, the consumers, all of the little energy producers all over the place. He has a connection with every one of them. He will work with them. He will get in, give you an energy audit that is free, and then tell you what you can do to save money. But then he goes out and he will try to find you any kind of grants that there may be from the federal, state, whatever, find you grants to help you pay for it. If he can't find grants, he will turn you on to some low interest funding loans so that you can fund it yourself if we can't find grants to help you take care of it. We also have merchant services through International Bank Card. The thing that is great about that is if you get them to give you a quote or a bid on taking over your credit card services, if they can't meet or beat your pricing, your current pricing, they'll pay you $200. So it's worth just going out there and getting a quote. Yeah.
I think I might need to do that for the chamber.
Yeah. So it's just, we have so much out there available, and it's all geared to help you all save money.
Right. And and I know you and your husband are small business owners too.
Yeah.
So I know you know it all, and that this information is not necessarily top of mind until you need it, until you're stuck, until you're like, oh, what do I do? Where do I go? What do I need? Where, I need help with this. Where do I turn? And so that's why this partnership is so important with SBAM, with the chamber, because we want our members to turn to us, and then we have a resource for them in SBAM. I mentioned before the Office Depot savings, and then also FedEx. Right now with everything going more, everybody's online or changing your business model to be a storefront online and then shipping. The cost savings there are worth looking into alone as well. So I know there's a couple other things that businesses can take advantage of.
Yes.
So what else did we miss? I know there's a long list, and I can link that. But like I said, it's like top of mind, right? You don't know you need it until you need it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, there are just a couple things that I could touch on. Like you mentioned, the FedEx and the Office Depot. Those are accessible, again, on sbam.org. I always tell people, because I went through it. I went through trying to sign up for those things. And I thought, holy cow, this is not easy. It's not easy to sign up for this. So I basically tell everybody there are phone numbers on there. So if you call the people who take care of our people from those two entities, just call them up and ask them to help. It's a lot easier, it's a lot faster, and you won't be pulling your hair out, because I pulled my hair out for a little while and then I just called. So give them a call and have them help you set up.
Okay.
You also should be getting our emails. We send out the Small Business Weekly on Monday, the Lansing Watchdog, which of course is all legislative news and what's going on Tuesdays. If you're not receiving those, give me a call. We probably don't have your email. Or maybe you have unsubscribed and maybe you want to get back into them, because there's a lot of good information going out right now. The two last things that I really wanted, really wanted to touch on. We just, a little over a year ago, we started what we call owner-to-owner networking events. We have different regions in the state. This is a group of people we get together 3 or 4 times a year in the same area. We have champions that sit there and will help get conversations going. We always try to have it at a unique location, although right now they're being done by Zoom. So hopefully we'll get back to those unique locations. But we always try to have like a legislative figure or a town figure be there as well, so you can ask some tough questions. And last but not least, something kind of new, small business certification. So Governor Whitmer charged the state with doing more business with small businesses. But in order, it's called the MISS program. That stands for Michigan Supplier Community. And it's on the government website, and it has something to do with something called SIGMA. I'm not real big, and I don't really know about the SIGMA, but you got to sign up for it to do this.
Okay.
But you have to be certified small to get into that MISS program. So SBAM is one of 3 entities that certify, and that is also my area. I'm the Director of Strategic Partnerships and Certification. So in order to get into this MISS program, the government, anytime they have a job that is $500,000 or less, they will go to this behind the scenes list that the state has and say they're looking for a landscaper. They'll go to this list, find 3 landscapers, send them an email and say, I'm looking for this bid. And then they just pick for those 3. It's something that is being done to make it easier for small businesses to do business with the state. So you do have to be in the state of Michigan, be under 500 employees, and less than 25 million in gross revenue. If you're interested in that, give me a call and I can help you with that as well.
So Sherry, is there a cost?
So there are 2 different costs.
Okay.
There is a $100 certification application fee, and that is for anyone and everyone, whether you're a member, a non-member, a free member, there's that $100 fee. If you are a paid member, so all the chamber members and anybody who is a direct member of SBAM, that's all. It's $100. You get the certificate, and we have a window cling, and we have a logo that you can use on your website. That is all given to you for free if you are a member. If you are not a member and you just don't want to be a member, that's okay. It's still $100 for the certification application, but then it is an additional $219 for the certificate and the window cling and the logo for your website.
But to be able to get into that database of businesses for, that procurement opportunity is huge. You want to be able to show up at least for the state. So when they go out to bid on jobs, well, that's good to know. I wasn't aware of that. So we need to be sure that we're sharing that information with our businesses so that anytime the government, they buy everything from pencils to toilet paper. They're buying every product and service really that there is out there, not just big jobs. So it's really, really good to know. Glad you brought that up.
Yeah. Another thing about it, I think it's a great thing, and the MISS program could possibly not be the only reason to get it. I actually had a daycare contact me and say, oh, I've heard about this certification. And I had to tell her, there's two ways you can look at it. If it's for the procurement through the MIS program, I'm kind of doubting it's going to do you any good at all there. Now, do you advertise your daycare? Are you looking for new children into your daycare? Well, then maybe it could be something beneficial for you. As a member, it's going to cost you $100. And if it is the one thing that maybe sets you apart from other daycares,
Sure.
I'm sure by the Small Business Association of Michigan. It is something that can, set you apart, make you have that one difference from maybe somebody else. So there's also that avenue. And then also SBAM keeps a running list of the active certified members themselves. We have connections with DTE and Consumers Power, and sometimes they're looking. So anytime we get information or asked about, hey, who do you have for this? We also go to our certified members first.
That's great to know. That's really good to know, because a lot of times that chamber membership, the SBAM membership, and then that designation does give that a member a competitive advantage in being listed and having their business information shared with different vendors and suppliers. So it's great. Well, you have shared so much information today.
Yeah.
And you can tell, it was really a no-brainer when our board decided over a year ago to enter into this strategic partnership with SBAM, because of all of these great benefits that could be extended to our members, and at a huge cost savings, because like I said, when somebody joins our chamber and pays their annual dues, then we pay their way into SBAM. So you're really getting that 2 memberships for the price of 1. And it's just a great way to work together, and we really appreciate it. And keep up the great work at SBAM, and that Bryan and Rob are doing. I know that we share information regularly that we're getting coming down the pipe, not only from SBAM, but a lot of other state partners too, because it's just it's overwhelming right now. So at least now other business owners will have maybe some benefits and some information to look at on their downtime and as they're getting up and running. So thanks so much, Sherry. Really appreciate you being here today. I'll link everything in the comments. And if you're watching, thanks for joining us. Don't hesitate to contact Sherry or myself if you have any questions about both the chamber membership and SBAM and the benefits. We would love to help you and help our small businesses out there. So thanks everyone for joining us. We'll talk soon. Have a great day.
Thank you, Janessa.